Hey everyone, welcome to English C1001, formerly English 103. This is one of the top of the chain English courses at Valley College, and I want to welcome you to a very, very fast fall semester. I want to go over a little tutorial of the course so that when you log in, you will know where you are. So, far left is your dashboard that shows the courses you're taking. These are announcements. You receive an announcement every Saturday showing you what's coming up for the week. This is your assignments, discussions. Next is your dashboard that navigates you through the course. Let's go on over announcements, you'll see, but let's go on over to modules. You will see the orientation module which reminds you that you must take this course on a computer, not on a phone. That is imperative that you understand. Primarily, the problems that I see from students are when they try to use a phone to take this course. It just simply is confusing and it won't work. Next is the Start Here menu, and I want you to read all of this information. This is my office hours that shows you when we have Zoom office hours. Plagiarism, be sure to spend time on that. I'll go over student privacy policy in a few minutes. And study materials. There is no textbook for this course. Everything you need to learn is included here in the course. Make sure that we understand these pages. Week 1 is labeled and shown with the date. Make sure that we complete all these. I know it's a very fast course, and that is why you are taking a 16-week course in a very short few weeks. So we had to condense everything, but everything needs to be sure that you take care and turn in everything. Let's look at this Cyber Cafe real quick. You have been placed into a Cyber Cafe group. You don't need to do anything or look up anything. It is there when you check on your account. It will show you the group number that you are in. When you come up to that Cyber Cafe, you will find instructions, and after you follow the instructions, you will click Reply, and only your group will see your post. And you will only reply back to your group because that will be contained in this particular Cyber Cafe discussion board. Let's go back over here to modules. I wanted to pause there because I could just hear you saying, Cyber Cafe, what's that? Now when we go on down, we see that each course, each week has assignments that are due. They are due on the due date. And we do not have time to mess around because we are in a very fast semester. As I said, when we were looking over that first Start Here menu, there's a thing on plagiarism and using AI. I can't begin to tell you how obvious it is when students use AI. I've been teaching for a very long time, and I cannot begin to tell you. It is not worth it. There is, however, one assignment in the course where you get to use AI, and I think it's fun, and that is this Illustrator assignment. I find that many students get to the college level and don't know what a theme is. So I'm going to teach you, and I'm going to teach you in a really fun and creative way. You see this topic block for persuasive essay. In a little while in the course, you're going to be writing an essay that is a dinner party that's a creative way of persuading people to support the topic that you have selected. Remember that when you reply to this board, you need a specific topic. I've showed you an example right here, like this is a specific thing. Instead of writing a post that says, my name's Debbie Hall and I'm locking animals, that is a broad topic. That is not a narrow topic, so I would need to put this. Can you change your mind later? Yes. Do you have time to change your mind? No, but you can if you want to. The assignment's due when it's due. So back over here in modules, we're going to lock our little topic there, and we're going to go on down, scrolling back down again where we started, and I'm going down. There's week 1. There's week 2, November 3rd. And we go on down, we see that we have Veterans Day, November 11th. And so we see the information. Remember that persuasive topic that you locked? Now it's time to get started on that. And there are pages, and this is why you need a computer so that you can study the pages. I also have video tutorials of each step of this project. And then are the written step-by-step instructions. On we go. We have a proposal for this dinner party. There's a template that you will follow to the letter, and then we have the dinner party itself to work on. This is a big assignment, so we want to make sure that we have plenty of time for that. And as you can see, you have quite a bit of time to work on this dinner party. And this includes the abstract, which is a fun thing. It sounds complicated. It looks beautiful, and it's very easy to write. You'll be excited. You'll love this as you go through the university years. And works cited and so forth. Then we work on the narrative final, and this is where you're going to find a story. You're going to create a story that explains a crime that was committed. So you're going to select one of the images that I've given to you, and you will pick that image that inspires you to write a story about a character that creates a crime. And you're going to pick one of these images. Now, y'all remember, it takes a minute for this to load. There's lots of images. It can be a funny story about a crime that was committed. It can be futuristic. There are all kinds of choices here. After you pick the one that you want, you will create a screenshot of that image. You'll return back over to the discussion board, and I'll show you how to lock that topic, just like we did with the persuasive essay. You've saved that screenshot to your computer. You click reply, and you upload that image, and you put your name and include the uploaded image that you just did the screenshot for. Let's go back over here to modules. You have time to work on that essay. There are lots of requirements. You do not sit down and have AI write this essay for you. Y'all, I will know. And besides, this is your masterpiece. Don't y'all want to write a creative essay about a crime that was committed and the evidence and how they solved the crime? It's so much fun, and it's such a great learning experience. There are step-by-step processes for this, video tutorials, all kinds of important information for you to study. You're going to do a proposal where you're going to include that title image that you just made a screenshot of, and you're going to fill out that template, just like the template that you did for the persuasive essay. And then you will have until the very last tick of the clock to turn in that essay. Now, let's take a minute and scoot over here real quick to the syllabus. Be sure that you take time to study this syllabus so that you understand everything about this course. This is how to contact me through the Canvas inbox. Remember, if you try to attach something, I cannot open it. I will not open it. It will simply bounce back to you. I do not need for you to send me any kind of screenshot unless I ask you for it, which I won't, because whatever you tell me, I'm going to believe. So I don't need for you to attach anything. I simply can't open it. As you understand, today's world, you open an attachment from, oh my goodness, y'all. Now we go on through. I want you to study the rest of this syllabus so that you understand clearly. This is your weighted totals. This is 10%. As you can understand, a discussion post is not as heavily weighted as an essay. So you can see how different things are weighted. Now here's a problem that sometimes happens. Students say, well, you know what? I just won't do this first 10% thing. I'll still make a 90%. I'll still pass the class with an A. Does not work that way, because if you don't turn in an assignment, Canvas converts that to a -3. And it also results in -3 off of your final weighted total. So the moral of that story is just do all of the assignments. They're wonderful. They're so much fun and enjoyable. And I know it's fast, but you chose to take a very fast course. And I'm here to help you through that. But this is condensed. And there we go through the syllabus. There's a whole bunch of information about plagiarism. You want to make sure that you understand plagiarism to the letter and enjoy this course. That concludes this tutorial. Again, welcome to the course. I want you to have an enjoyable time, and remember that because this is such a short semester, you're going to want to log in this course almost every day to make sure that you are keeping up with the curriculum. Enjoy. I can't wait to see you on Monday.